Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm actually going to try to record with my professional mic, so let me know how the sound is. Is it better? Is it worse? So let me know in the comments below. But thank you very much for watching this video. Today we're going to talk about gestures, which there are like 50 plus new new actions triggers that were released by the Flow team in version 5.0. And today we're going to talk about that. So I'll not try to go very deep into it because there are a lot of actions, there are a lot of new gestures. There are to be honest, there are unlimited things that you can do. If you want to see a demo that the Flow team did it, they actually released a video. It's called New Action Triggers, Flow 5.0, and the main categories, they said it's steps, tracks, and scales. So today we're going to talk about, I will be focusing on pin, but we're going to talk about how you can use them in general. And I'm going to show you my perspective of it. So let's hope that you can learn something more. In addition, if you have watched the Flow video, or if you haven't, you can watch that one and then you can watch it for additional info, of course. But before we started, like always, thank you very much for all the people who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. And thanks a lot to all the people who are actually paid members. Like 95% of my incomes from my YouTube channel is actually coming from paid members, so it means a lot if you consider being a paid member. Even the lowest tier give you the opportunity to watch all my live shows, and I tend to do every Wednesday live shows, so that's a lot of content that you can watch. And also, if you consider being a fanatic, you can get access to 30 plus videos like this one, for example, that is first available to my paid members and then available to everyone else. So without further ado, let's actually jump into this video. So, like I said, all the new actions are category. There are like three main categories, like tabs, tracks, and scales. How to get the new actions? So the easiest thing that you think is you can add a button and then you just open the action flow and then click on the. So in general, the whole action flow editor has changed actually. First of all, we can now search for action triggers. There is a search bar over here because we can have like a lot of action triggers, so they decided to put a search bar here. But on the actual button, this is not there's nothing new here. We still have the on tap, on double tap, and on long press. The new thing, I think, is that right now every single action trigger, we have actually an additional info about it and what it's actually doing, which I think it's good. It's very positive. But in the action triggers, you can actually add them. Let's say, for example, colon. So for the colon, again, we don't have the new action triggers over here. So you're going to wonder, where are the new action triggers? Well, for example, you can have access to them using the colon, the container. And I'm not sure if there is other widgets that you can have access to, but that's the one that will give you access. And if you click on the plus over here, or if you don't have any actions, it will probably look something like that. So if I cut this action, it will yeah, I don't want to delete my action, so let me actually show you some other action over here, for example. So if this is a brand new container, and if I add it, if I open the action flow, you can actually see all the action triggers over here. You can actually search for action trigger. So for example, if I write pan you can actually see all the pan action triggers like and, down, start, cancel, update. And all the action triggers actually have all those all 5 like subcategories like cancel, down, and start and update. So what is cancel? Cancel is when you don't want to do it anymore and you just cancel it. So for example, it's interrupt or cancel. What is down? Down is when you, like, let's say you press the button on the mouse, or you press the finger and your actual finger, it's down. And end is when you actually stop the truck. If you're doing a dragging, you stop the truck or scaling, and that is considering for the end. Start is when you're actually starting the truck, and update is when you're actually updating, like when you're let's say if you're talking about dragging, that's when you're actually dragging it. So that will give you update. So maybe update is the most used one over here, to be honest, because I think you can use only update in order to like have the latest info about what is going on. So this is how you can use it, and let me show you a working demo that I did. Just an example, a very quick example. I have this container. Actually, I did this page, fun fact, with the page autocomplete. If you haven't watched my video about page autocomplete, please do. I think it's very informative, and you can actually see my very bad English here create a page where I tested the pan action in Flutter, and this is what it did. Actually changed some minor things, but essentially it's did a very good job and looks very good. It looks professional to me, so I'm kind of pretty happy with this AI too. Like I said, you can watch the video in order to see more about this too and how you can use it. Great. And now in the container, I actually have one action, which is on pan start. To be honest, I think I can actually have on pan update, which will work even better than the current one that I have. So if I paste that over here, and if I can even delete this section, that will also work. But what I did actually, because all the action triggers will actually give you access to some special parameters. So for example, I can give you an example. You have in the pan option, or all other actions, you have 6 different available options. So you have the global position X and Y, we have the local position X and Y, we have the delta position X and Y. So the delta is the amount the pointer moved in the X direction. The delta Y is the amount the pointer moved in Y direction. So what that means is that you can actually use those variables in order to move an object. How you're moving an object. So for example, if I have this object over here and I want to move it to the right, let's say, I can actually do it with I can make it smaller, for example, with this particular pixel, or I can move it left and right using those X and Y, or I can have the padding. So the padding can actually be adjustable as well. So there are like a lot of options over here that you can do. So yeah, what else? In order to, what I did actually, let me show you what I did. So I went to data types and I created a new data type. And this new data type, it's called the pan location. And I have all the variables, not all the variables without the delta. Actually, I have the global X, global Y, local X and local Y. And then when this action is triggered, so on start or update, doesn't really matter, I'm actually updating the page state of my data type, and I'm setting the new variable, and that's what I'm setting it to the action, to the gesture detector, and to the corresponding fields, and that will actually give me a new position. So here I'm having the pan location, and the pan location, it's about where's the location that I clicked on, because I have it on start, if you remember, and this is where I clicked on. So this is my actual phone, and if I can show you, so this is from 0 to 300. How I know that? If I click over here, and if I scroll to the bottom, you can actually see that this container is 300 to 300. So if I am able to click on the very first pixel, which I'm sure that I'm not going to do that, it would be super hard to do that, but you can actually see it's like around 20 pixels over here. And then what if I click over here? It should be, yeah, around 300 pixels. So yeah, it's around, because we have those curly curves over here, it's around 300 pixels. So if you want to know the exact position that you pan, you started the pan, this is how, those are actually the variables that I'm outputting are actually a location X and location Y that will give you the coordinates of the current location. The global X and Y will give you the global location. So starting from 0, this is with the 0, the pixel number 0, and that over here will be the last pixels. And the last one is the delta, which is when you actually zoom it. So when you actually move it, it will consider this. So for example, if you move it from over here, it will consider this point as 0 pixels, and then if I move it to here, that will, for example, be, let's say, 20 pixels. Yeah, so this is about it. Let me actually hot reload the app and see if the update is going to work for me. Like I haven't tested, let's actually try to test it real quickly. So if I click gestures, yeah, exactly. So you can actually see right now I'm just dragging and it's actually updating the pixels on the fly. So I can actually use those pixels in order to do something. So for example, I can use those pixels in order to move that across the screen, or do wherever shenanigans I want to do. Like I don't like it will be hard to show you currently right now, because I need the custom function in order to, because this value is from 0 to 1. So if I want to move it, let's say I want to move it to 1, it's all the way to the right. But in order to do it, I need actually a custom function in order to calculate, in order to convert those variables over here to 0 and 1, so you can actually move it left and right. But I really hope that you get the total idea of it and how it's actually working. If you have any questions, let me know, or you can actually join my live sessions every Wednesday as well. So with that, I just want to say thank you very much for watching this video, and I want to also say special thanks for the elite members, which is Anomalous, sorry, I'm not if I'm not reading that correctly, Klaturov, ChainJS Na. If you want to have a shout out in the end of each video, please consider to be an elite member. That will also give you opportunity to have access to one of my projects for each month that you are an elite member. So thank you very much, and I hope that video was helpful for you guys.